Hi, and welcome to this week's Pick Your Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Oracle card reading. This is a general reading for February 2026. We are looking at Mirage Dragon, the Winged Dragon of Ra, and one of my favorites, Baby Dragon. I literally can't say it and not pretend to be Joey. It's fine. Okay, so these are the three piles today. We've got some tarot cards, we've got some oracle cards. The timestamps are in the description. Fast forward to the pile you choose, and I'll see you there. Mirage Dragon, welcome. This is your card for today. Go ahead and pop it up in the corner. We've got our oracle cards and tarot cards here, as well as my deck. As always, I'm going to push that you can pre-order the second printing of this deck on my website and evenweirderowl.com. But before, we're going to get out this, I haven't used this deck actually on any of my readings yet, although it's one of my oldest. We're going to pull a card as a clarifier for what the theme is for February 2026 for you. Okay. We have Queen Anneslace Sanctuary. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a really good February to me. We have karma. Things coming into balance. Things acting out the way that they need to, the way they're supposed to. Allowing karma to do its job and heeding the guidance of our higher selves when it comes to navigating that karma. We have Agma with Watch Your Words. Your words are powerful, and watch how you use them to describe yourself, your experiences, the world around you, and just the things that are happening in February for you. We have Mother Mary with Emotional Healing. Yeah. I think that this is going to be a very powerful month for you. I think that it's going to be a month that allows you to sink into yourself in a new way. We're coming up on some major shifts in February. We have the Chinese New Year, which is going to move us out of the year of the snake and into the year of the fire horse. We also have eclipse season. It's the season finale leading into a season premiere. There's going to be some major closure here, but I think that it's going to be gentle. Let me rephrase that. I think it's going to be holistic in a way that feels, I don't want to use the word comfortable, in a way that feels whole. It might not feel gentle in the moment, but it is going to bring you into so much peace. That's what I'm trying to say. And we have Epona with earth magic. So just make sure that you're grounding. It's really important that through this process, you're grounding. We have the Hermit. Everything you need to know, everything that matters in this instance is already inside of you. This is going to be an internal journey. And Justice, this is going to be an internal journey. And I love that this is kind of sitting, might even move it here because I want this to sit under karma because I think that's what it is. There's this active balance happening. I think you've been on a really intense journey, if not longer than the last 6 months. And it's time for all of those things to come into balance in a really meaningful way. In a very karmic way. Make sure that you're not deciding that something is good or bad and then getting tunnel vision from that bias. Take a step back into objectivity and try to look at it all in a objective way that allows you to collect all of the data that's being presented to you. Sometimes when we get super hyper focused on like, well, this is the bad thing, then it prevents us from being able to see all of the other pieces that are moving. And I love too, we have the scales balancing here. Excuse me. So we have a lot of balance, a lot of scales. We have conjunction with imbalance between heart and head. So this is something that there is some kind of fight, I think, between your logical brain and your emotional body. And I don't think it's necessarily a violent fight by any means, but let's make sure that we're not prioritizing one over the other. Balance and sanction, balance is really, really big here. And that means acknowledging that one, our emotions do not give a shit about our logic. And also, it's recognizing that when those two work together cohesively is when we find that true balance and peace. Be tenacious about it, be curious, be passionate about it. Yeah, so we have black and white thinking here on the end, and I feel like that goes along with this value judgment. Life is asking you to live in the gray here a little bit. To live in the gray and to accept that two things can be true at the same time. There might be a feeling of hypervigilance, of this need to protect yourself from something. Be aware of that. Be aware of how protector parts of you are feeding this imbalance and feeding the desire to engage in black and white thinking. This is necessary death and decay of a mindset that's ready to go. Excuse me, apparently that's important. This imbalance that is being healed has bits and pieces, has mechanics that allow it to continue to function. And so over time, this journey you've been on, this healing journey you've been on, has been slowly picking apart piece by piece the mechanics that allow this protector part, this pattern to continue. And the last piece that's picking out here at the end of the year of the snake is the part of you that expects to be victimized. And this isn't to say, you know, the card says playing the victim, and I'm sure I've explained it in at least one of my readings on here that over time, this card has evolved in meaning to me since I've made it, which is that often when people assume victimization, when they assume that they're going to play the role of the victim, it's not because they're being dramatic and they want to play the role of the victim. It's because they are so used to being victimized that they subconsciously will choose situations that continue to perpetuate that pattern. So this is a protector part of you that chooses something that's familiar, like being in situations where you will be victimized, and also chooses something that's predictable, which is that you will inevitably be victimized. So this imbalance that you've been experiencing is like the part of you that's evolved past this mindset and the part of you that's holding on to it. This just has to be allowed to die, and this is something that's going to happen internally. This, again, we're being asked to live in the gray here. This is an old pattern, and I connect the inner child card with the Fool card in tarot. So this is an old pattern that's ready to die, and you're ready to move forward with excitement, with joy, with wonder. February 2026 is going to be an amazing month for you. It might feel a little bumpy. I want you to stay connected with your higher self. I want you to ground. but ultimately you're going to find so much healing and sanctuary. Find the gift in your experience because you are being given one, even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment. Allow yourself to thrive in the gray and don't overprotect the parts of you that are dying. It's time for them to go. It's time for them to evolve into something new. Mirage Dragon pile. I'm so excited for your February. I think it's going to be wonderful. Leave a comment. Tell me how this landed for you. Tell me, which card you chose and how you've been feeling this. And I hope to see you next week. Bye. Winged Dragon of Ra pile. Welcome. You get this really cool holographic card. Foil card at least. Pop it up in the corner here. And before we start pulling out of our tarot and oracle cards, let's take a qualifier card. So we're looking at what you can expect in February 2026, which is a really big month astrologically. So let's see what our clarifier is for your reading. Oh, we get 2. We have ameliorate, feverfew, and escape, celandine. Wow, I don't even think I know what this means. Let me go get, I haven't used this deck in a long time, and it's actually one of my oldest decks, but I need to get the card. I need to read what that means. One sec. I've never done this before. I've never gone and grabbed the book, but while escape seems very clear to me, I'm really using like the meaning words here. I don't know what that word means. Okay, I opened right to it. Feverfew is ameliorate, a healing card for when spirit-filling rations are low and pain overwhelms through attrition. The Pythia will, at times, request you wallow, but not now. Feverfew reminds us that meager moments brim with creative magic. Keep the sprigs for color and burn your switches for warmth. Let remedies billow up around you. So, wow. I think this has, okay, so here's how I'm interpreting this. This is about escaping a cycle of pain, but it's also about mining the creative magic that's come from the experiences that have caused it. We have fog. Things have been murky. They've been foggy and have been maybe kind of confusing. So right now, as you're kind of leading up to going into February, I want you to choose to be confused, decide to be confused, and trust that the fog will lift and that you'll escape this cycle. We have Isis with sacred contracts. Yeah, you're closing out a major cycle here, which makes sense. So in February, we have 2 kind of big things happening, and there's, I'm sure, plenty more, but the 2 that I'm going to focus on are we have the Chinese New Year, which ends the year of the snake, going into the year of the fire horse. So we've been purging, which can be incredibly painful. And also, we have eclipse season. We're going into a season finale followed by a season premiere, and that's a very potent energy. So I feel like you're closing out a lot of things here. You're closing out this purge cycle you've been in and escaping the pain that it's been bringing you. But they're asking you to be really wise about your decision making, to be very connected to the choices that you're making as you're coming out this other side. Because there's been some composting that's happened here of old beliefs, of old patterns, of old cycles. And now the ground is fertile, but you need to be really wise in the decisions you make and what to plant in that soil. Sedna, there's always enough. This is about a scarcity mindset. So wanting you to, God, these cards, I'm so bent because I've shuffled them so much. Wanting you to trust that you're abundant and that you can grow things in this new soil that will be meaningful for you. We have the Lovers, which can be a choice. It can be a decision to move between two different things, to choose the path that's right for you. Be wise in the decision of the direction you go, and don't let the decision be made from a place of scarcity. The Moon, there's illusion here. For some reason, I feel moved to explain something that I often explain in my TikTok lives, which is that when we're in relation with another person, we have two choices. And I don't necessarily know if this is in connection with a relationship with another person, but I think that it can bleed into other areas of our life. That just happens to be what people ask about a lot on those lives. We can choose the illusion of the power of control, right? The illusion of power, the illusion of control, or we can choose to be vulnerable. And that's the harder path, but that's where the real power is. That's where we build real intimacy. That's where we really grow. So you're being shown two paths, and right now those paths are very veiled. But you have an opportunity to leave this cycle of pain and to choose wisely which path you're going to follow. Chances are the path that seems the most comfortable is the one that we might choose out of a scarcity mindset. It's the illusion of power, the illusion of control. But the one that's less comfortable, the one that's a little frightening, that's where the real power is. Oh, goodness. Okay. Just got like half the deck. It's fine. All right. Make sure that you're not engaging in black and white thinking here. You might feel a little overwhelmed, and it might be easy to do that. And it might be easy to feel like a victim of your circumstances, as a victim of like, I don't know how to move forward. I'm the victim of this cycle that I've been in. But you are the one that can take the step forward and escape it. But you have to make the right decision. And I want to make a note here, because sometimes I can get obsessed with like, what if I'm making the wrong decision? And there isn't a wrong decision here. There's just the decision that gets you more close to alignment more quickly. This hypervigilance connected to the scarcity mindset is going to push you to go the well-traveled road. Do you have the capacity? Do you have the will? Do you have the trust in yourself to take the road less traveled? This will require that you face some repressed beliefs and feelings about what it means to be a victim, what it means to be in a painful situation, what it means to be wise and to move through things. But ultimately, it will lead you to balance. It will lead you to warmth and nurturing. It'll lead you to having compassion for the part of yourself that gives your power away. Bring you into the present moment. There are times when you might feel like your creativity is blocked. You might feel kind of apathetic. And I believe it's because you're giving the parts of yourself that are hypervigilant, the protector parts of yourself, too much benefit of the doubt. So it's time to go within and to look at the ways that you've blocked yourself from getting out of this cycle, so that you can move more deeply into self-love and self-acceptance. Because in a lot of situations, you tend to reject other people before they can reject you. And you tend to reject yourself before others can reject you. So moving forward on this path, moving out of this cycle, escaping this pain, looks like trusting yourself and hearing what your soul has to tell you. Sometimes when we're stuck in a cycle of this kind of pain, it can feel out of control to move into a place that feels unclear. But ultimately, that desire for comfort and that desire to pull things with that scarcity mindset into something that's more clear for you or more straightforward is actually self-neglect. You're lacking vulnerability with yourself and with other people, and you're burning yourself out trying to control it. February 2026 is about facing the ways that you cling to the illusion of control in all areas of your life, and to recognize that the only thing keeping you trapped in this pattern of guilt and the only thing keeping you trapped in this pattern of pain is your own shame and guilt. All you need to do is take a step forward. Take a step forward. Don't listen to the hypervigilant scarcity mindset part of you, because that's the part of you that's burning you out. And also hold that part of you closely with warmth and compassion, because ultimately it is trying to protect you. It's trying to love you. It's just doing it in an outdated way. You can make it out of this cycle. And the power of February 2026 is going to be the perfect time to do it. Dig in, trust yourself, love yourself, and choose vulnerability over the illusion of power and control. This is how you win. This is how you take your power back. The Winged Dragon of Ra group, thank you so much for joining. I hope this was helpful. Leave a comment. Tell me which card you chose. Tell me how this landed for you. And if it's past February, come back and tell me if this was the thing, right? I hope to see you next week. Bye. Baby dragon, this is your pile. Go ahead and stick this cutie up over here. Before we dive into the tarot and oracle cards, let's take your qualifier card. What can you look forward to in February 2026? We've got a lot going on in February. Okay, let's flip half the deck there. Right. Sea change. The tides are changing. Things are moving. We have rebirth with spring equinox. You know, in February, we're coming to the end of the year of the snake. We've been purging, we've been clearing, and now it's time for the tides to turn with it. We have Mary Magdalene with sacred marriage. This is about choosing your connection with yourself in a very meaningful way, in a deep, meaningful way. Your relationship with yourself has changed so much. And not only do we have the Chinese New Year happening, we also have eclipse season happening, which is ultimately the season finale of a major cycle and the season premiere. And as I'm making this, we just had Neptune move out of Pisces and into Aries. There have been some major shifts in the collective energy and in our energy individually. Divine messages, your guides are coming in strong here. I think this is something you've been working on for a long time, not just this last season. Well, you can't make that up. Yeah, this is the end of a major cycle for you. The Empress, I feel it. I feel you stepping into this Empress energy, owning your relationship with yourself, deeply rooting into your relationship with the divine. Wow. The Empress and the High Priestess. Oh man. I got giddy. This is how cool for you. I think I shook the camera because I got too excited. I'm sorry. Can I make it stop? Man, I hope this is my reading. Yeah, you are moving into power. You are moving into a completely new era. This is, oh my God, this is literally like the High Priestess Empress card of my deck. Wow, your energy is so infectious and capable and strong and stable. You are in your feminine energy. You're in your safety, your security. And there's this where there's been energy of self-neglect. You're in mutual collaboration with that part of you now. You know how to take care of yourself now. You know how to take care of yourself so that you can be rooted and connected with others. You are conscious. You are perceptive. You're facing your fears. You're open-minded. You're honest. You're the director of your life. You're living authentically. Wow. February 2026 is going to shift things for you in such a phenomenal way. I am so excited for you. Like, I feel like electricity is going through me right now. I cannot explain the amount of excitement and intensity and just wow. You're coming alive in a way you never have been before. You're becoming rooted in a way you never have been before. The tides are changing, babe. You are riding this wave. I think that any parts of you that have felt overconsumed or self-indulgent are going to come into balance. Your inner and outer worlds are coming into balance. You trust yourself. You hear your soul. And the part of yourself that used to, reject others because you're rejecting yourself or rejecting yourself before others could reject you, the part of you that was neglecting yourself or dissociated, you can see them so clearly now, which means that you can love them so clearly now. This is a feeling of wholeness. I looked up at 5:55 on the clock. This feels like a short reading compared to the other ones I've done today, but the message is so clear that I don't think I need to pull any other cards. Welcome to the new era of you, babe. This is a rebirth. Turn your face to the sun and trust the worst is over because you've made it. You fucking made it. Holy shit. Wow. Leave a comment. Tell me how this landed for you. February's gonna rule. Sorry, I didn't mean to scream, but this is so exciting. Oh, I hope to see you next week.